Alright guys, hey, we're back. Welcome back everyone. Let me just throw up a post here, perhaps. Just want to say, too. Let's see. Samurai Adler asks, "Can you please show me the goof all around?" So, yes, I'll have the review, out for you soon, where you'll be able to get a good look around the goof. But just, I guess, in case you wanted to have another look around that, there's the front and the side and the back of the goof custom. Still don't have that looking quite right. Let's do that. And this, like that. Oof. Okay. Let's see. What are you saying? If the high new and new Gundam for the look, what is it? Going to say? Of course, the main complaint of the MG new is the funnel. Seriously, just tape them on the back. Okay. Yeah, if you're worried about the seam lines on the goof custom, let me see here. Seam lines seem pretty good. You got a seam line on the back of the leg here. The seam is just made up as a panel line there, so you're all good there. But on the lower leg, you do have a little bit of a seam just at the back of the bell bottom there. So seam line there, but that should be really easy to get rid of. And the way the lower leg goes together, it doesn't lock in any of the joints or anything. They would need to modify that in any way. So just putting those parts together, getting rid of a little seam line there on the back of the leg should be easy enough. The thighs, the seam line there is also a panel line. And I'm wondering if I have that put together correctly, because that part, this thigh part is like, oh, I guess if I didn't push it together it's right, but seemed like it's not quite right in there. Anyway, so no seam line there. The forearms and the upper arms, no seam lines there at all. You have a seam line on the shoulder parts, as kind of to be expected, but it doesn't run through the main spike. The main spike is a separate piece, so that's good. And that's kind of it. You have a seam line, no, not on the torso either. So yeah, pretty much just a little bit there on the back of the leg and a little bit on the shoulder, and that's it. So pretty easy peasy, I'd say. Now, the Destiny Gundam, compared to the Eldora Daughters kit, is a little bit more complex of a build, so it will take a little bit longer than the Eldora Daughters, which is fine, because, like I said, I think this afternoon, working on the news video, shouldn't take all that long, so I think we'll be okay for taking a little bit extra, a little bit longer time than I had planned for live streaming today. I think is okay. So, DT Warrior, how's it going, man? You're late. Yes, you missed the Goof Custom, but you're here for the Destiny Gundam, so that's okay. All right. So yeah, I skipped this kit when it first came out, but for two reasons. Number one, the first reason why I wasn't really too interested in building and reviewing this kit when it first came out was because I'm not really that big of a fan of the Destiny Gundam in general, so I'm not really super into the design. The other reason is that I just didn't really feel like I really needed to, because usually, like, the point of reviews is to help to inform you guys about the kit, but I'm sure this is a great kit, and I'm sure you guys don't need me to tell you that it's a great kit, because if it's anything like the HG Revive, or like the updated HG versions we got of the Freedom and the Strike Freedom and the Impulse Gundam, which are all also fantastic HG kits, I'm sure it's just like that, and so I'm sure it's going to be a good kit, and I don't expect to have any major issues with it. So I just didn't really think that you guys really needed my input on this kit, and I wasn't really too interested in reviewing it. So I skipped it at the time, but the reason now, if you guys haven't heard me mention this before, and sorry if you have to hear it again, but the reason why I decided now to finally pick it up is because I wanted to do a kit bash project with this and the Sengoku Destiny, the SD Sengoku SD kit. And I think that'll be a pretty cool project, so I'm looking forward to working on that, actually. So that'll be something that I will hopefully be able to work on sometime in the next couple months. There's kind of a lot of stuff going on, but the Destiny with the effect parts. Yes, sorry I missed that. Who said that? Kale. Yes, we've got the effect parts. Yes, for this. Here, I'll show you in a moment. And this should be like this. If I want to see your Sengoku kit, yes, I will. I am busy at the moment to check your link. But Samurai, if you want to message me that, either on Instagram, if you just send that as a message to me on Instagram, I'll check it out a little bit later. Yes. Not the Sengoku Astra. I mean the Sengokuden SD Destiny kit. Well, it's the Destiny. I forget the name of it. It's around here somewhere. Or over here. Where did I put that actually? Anyway, the SD Sengokuden Destiny kit that I reviewed a couple months ago. That one. If you guys saw my review, I talked about my idea in that review. I thought it'd be cool to kit bash that with this, do like an SD HD kit bash with this kit and that kit, so it's still got like all like the style, the flair of the Sengoku style for that, but with a little bit different proportions and articulation provided from this kit. So that's the plan. It's just going to be a matter of getting around to that. So Veron, thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate that. And let's see. Alright, so what did you say? Not sure. I have the Heine Custom. Yeah, I wanted to get the Heine Custom version of this, and if you're going to be painting the kit, it really doesn't matter, but the cool thing is that the effect parts is a different color, and I wanted the different color effect parts, but I couldn't find one, so I just got this one. Thought it'll be okay. Oops, shouldn't have connected that part yet. I'm kind of just like plowing ahead without really paying attention to the manual. I guess I should pay attention to what I'm doing here. Hey Zacharias, do you have any videos showing what you do to get rid of sprue marks? Not really. I need to do that, yes. Not really, I don't. Cause like I have like my old Gunpla building series of videos. I think I showed like how I do it, but I need to do an updated video because I know it's something that probably a lot of you guys have maybe seen those videos, but they're just not good and need to be redone. And I need to do like an updated video just about like how to cleanly get rid of num marks, because it's got to be one of the most common questions, like regarding building. One of the most common questions that I've seen people asking, and like to me or just in general, is about nub marks, and especially like the white nub marks, the stress marks that you get from removing nubs. I see that question all the time, and So yeah, I feel like I really should make some sort of video addressing that, just to help all the people who are wondering about that. Yeah, it's something I've been meaning to do. Alright, let's see. The face, the color separation on this kit is really great. So here for the face, you actually have this separated part that will give you like the kind of red, like scars under the eyes sort of look. And you have an actual green piece here for the eyes and head camera as well. But we have a sticker for the eyes as well, so I'm going to use that just to cover it up. But if you just have a little bit of black paint to just cover up the outline around the eyes, then you could just use the included piece. But the green is the same green that is used for like the weapons parts on the backpack, so it's not really quite necessarily the right kind of looking green for the Gundam's eyes necessarily. So I think this foil sticker is still going to be a good option for this one for the time being anyway. So that is in there. They need to put this into the front of the head. A lot of times in the HG kits, like the face part, you'll put that attached onto the back of the head first, but this one actually goes into the front first. It's a good thing I checked the manual briefly there. And then we have this other sticker here for the camera as well I forgot to put on. Just pop that on there. The sticker skills. Yes. It's one of those things that, what do they say, like you do something 10,000 times and you become a master of it. What is that? I'm sure I've probably put on 10,000 stickers in my life at this point. All to ultimately just take them off again, but it's okay. It's V-fin. I also didn't cut the fin. I didn't cut the safety flags on the V-fin yet, but yeah, the color separation there on the face is very nice, and the detail on the head very cool as well. So it's looking good there for that. Head looks good. Once the safety flags are cut on the head, it'll look even better, but for now, it's fine. Alright. Let's get that out of the way. Get this arm. The arm is built up then as well. Kale asks, how do you like the V-fin? I like the V-fin on the Destiny. Yeah. Like I said before, the Destiny is not really one of my favorite designs, but there are certainly aspects of the design that I do like. I do like the head design quite a bit, and like the torso design. I like the gauntlet kind of things on the arm. I'm not super into. And the really super long shoulders, the bits coming out of the shoulders, which I know are like the throwing weapons, right? But not really super into the shoulders being that long and pointy. I want a HG Gundam Stormbringer. That'd be pretty awesome, for sure. An HG Stormbringer would be cool. And let's see. I use metallic green Gundam marker and black for the eyes. Yeah, that works. I just ask because it's not as sharp as others. Well, it will be sharp later. I mean, it's just not sharp because I didn't cut off the flags yet. I should maybe do a dedicated video about that as well. I'm sure I've covered how I remove the flags on V-fins in different videos in the past before, different work in progress, but just doing it as its own sort of standalone video would just help people find that if they're looking for it on YouTube, how to improve the look of HG Gundams, V-fins, whatever. As just a separate standalone video is something people can easily find and watch if that's what they're particularly looking for. And let's see. Jet Maximum said, I ordered the Marcosius using your code at USA Gundam Store. Thank you for using USA Gundam Store, using my code. The Marcosius, I wanted to mention this to you guys too. Thank you for bringing it up. I also have talked about in the past couple months leading up to the release of that kit, I was saying that I wasn't planning on getting it, but I've seen, now that it's out, and I've seen a couple of Japanese builders working on it on Twitter, I did decide to get it because I think it looks like a pretty easy kit. While I don't like the look of the Marcosius as it is, it looks like a pretty easy kit to modify it just a little bit to make it look so much better. So that's what my plan is to. So with that one, I'm planning to do a kind of like a different kind of review where I'm gonna have a very quick and simple unboxing and review as like the first half of the video, and the second half of the video about modifying the kit and showing you guys the completed build. So it'll be like a video. I'm expecting it to be a little bit longer than just by nature. It'll probably be more around like 30 minutes, 35 minutes probably in length, but it'll be a video covering the whole thing. Unboxing, building, review, also modifying, painting, and showing the finished product all in one thing. So something I've never done a video quite like that before, but I want to try it. And with a kit like that, I think I should be able to do it. It'll obviously take a little bit longer. It'll be a little bit more of a process to make a video like that, but I think it'll be a cool video. I think I like videos like that. Other people have done, there's other builders other people on YouTube that do videos like that. I like it, but I just never do it, because it's usually kind of hard for me to paint and do a whole, like, the kit all in one thing like that. But with the Marcosius, what I have planned for it, I think I can do it, so I'm going to try doing a video like that with that kit. I would order from USA Gundam Store more if they actually stocked at a reasonable time. Yeah, Eclipse, about USA Gundam Store's stock, all I can tell you guys is that USA Gundam Store gets a lot of stock, and even like compared to other stores, they get a lot of stock. The problem is that they also sell a lot of their stock. Their sales also is quite well. I mean, the business is a good business. I mean, successful business. So I mean, the problem is that they sell stuff very well, which is not exactly a problem. I mean, you want your business to succeed, right? So it's not a problem for the business, but it's understandably a problem for the customers who want to be able to get your hands on stuff. So if there's ever something coming out that you know you're gonna want, it's you know, pre-order it if you can from USA Gundam Store, just because the reason why they often don't have stock of stuff is just because they sell out of everything really quickly. So that's the issue. I know that's probably one of the most common complaints that I've seen from people about USA Gundam Store in general. Just I've often seen people bringing up the point that oh, they don't have the stock of whatever X kit I want to get. But yeah, just to help you guys to realize that point as to why that is. And also, I mean, like, they're limited. Oh, what is the deal? Oh, okay, I'm putting that part in backwards. That's why it's not going in. They're limited in what they can get. They can only get so much from Bandai. I mean, Bandai is only able to ship, you know, so much. So, let's see. Sorry, Kale also here with another super chat. Thank you. Have you ever thought of a Barbados Custom with wings? I've never really thought about that. I do have, actually, I have an HG Barbados that I customized, and I have it all, I think, as I can remember. It's like all ready for paint, but I haven't gotten around to painting it yet. It's here. Yeah. This Barbados is the Barbados 6th form HG kit that I did a little bit of customization on that and got it all like sanded and prepped for painting, but I haven't gotten around to painting it yet. So yeah, that's in my I have a couple of kits over there that are in that state. I have the Star Wars K2SO kit and also the Aoshima Levitine kit also is there, and it's all sanded and prepped, ready for painting, but I just need to actually get around to painting it. So yeah. one of the things that now that I've decided to not work on GBWC this year and just work on other smaller projects, I can get around to painting some of those kits that are in the queue. Technically, Will asked a good question here. What do you think is a good kit to start learning custom painting on? I would say one of the simpler HG kits, like the Grays, is a really great kit because it's very simple. The Leo as well, but the Leo, I don't know, it's not really, maybe, I don't know, the best for custom painting. Just for practicing painting in general, yes, but custom painting, just based on the design of the Leo, I don't know if it's really the best for like practicing doing custom painting and stuff, but the Grays definitely I think is a cool one. So that's a good one that I usually like to recommend to people. Yeah. My favorite Barbados is the Lupus. Do you have the HG00 Astray Type F? Yes, I have, and I believe I reviewed that kit a long time ago. So if you search on YouTube, you should be able to find that. I'm pretty sure that was like a really old review that I did. Or at least I did an unboxing of it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I've had the HG Astra Type F and also the regular HG Astra as well. What's that? What? Why is that like that? Why is that like that? Why does this have a little nub on there? Is it supposed to be bent like that? So it's not supposed to go straight, or what? Okay, that's weird. 30-minute missions kits are good to practice on. Yeah, 30-minute missions, that's a good point. Not Gunpla, but 30-minute missions would also be good to practice on, yes. Also good kits to kit bash, of course, being designed to be kit bashed, basically. Actual first kit was the Blitz Gundam. That was a mistake? Oh, why? Yeah, I've got a handful of 30-minute missions kits I need to get around to working on and reviewing, so I wanted to do that as like a kind of project as well, so that's probably something I'll work on next month. I've been putting that off for a little while, but want to work on that probably next month. We'll have kind of a focus on some different 30-minute mission stuff. And I'm feeling a bit worried about this arm, because here you can see there's two parts of the forearm here, like the elbow joint, and then you have the part like the front of the forearm, and they plug together just with this polycap in here, which is just in the center of this forearm part, and it seems like that could, when you push that together, it pushes out the polycap a little bit, so you kind of have to push that back in there. So it just seems like a weak point that as you're moving this around and stuff, that's probably going to come apart, and every time you push it back on, it's also pushing out the polycap a little bit. So yeah, it's just a little bit worried about that part at the moment. Hopefully won't be too big of an issue, but we'll see. And this part here for the hand, the HG RX-78 Revive, yes, that'd be another good one. HG RX-78 Revive kit, also probably a good choice for just practicing custom painting. So here's the open hand, and you'll be able to attach the effect part into that, and then the closed, not the closed fist, but just the regular holding hand. Unfortunately, no closed fists with this kit. So that's it. So that's a good connection. The upper arm plugging into the shoulder part is a good like snapping connection there. It snaps into place and it seems pretty strong. But this lower arm, this forearm, does seem like that's going to be kind of could be sort of problematic area for this kit, but we'll see. For the time being, it's okay. Alright. Have you ever done a review of a mega size kit? I've always wanted to know how big they are actually. Yes, I've reviewed I think both versions of the mega size Zaku, Shara's Custom and just the regular standard Zaku. I know I've built and painted both of them. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed both of them as well. There's not much difference, slight difference in them. And also I've reviewed the Mega Size Unicorn and also the Mega Size RX-78-2 Gundam I just reviewed recently. Because I reviewed the RX-78-2 the RX-78-2 Mega Size kit originally reviewed just the clear color version of that a while ago, but then I wanted to review just the regular version as well. So when I picked that up, see, this is weird. This part here for the elbow, and like it has these two little nubs on there, which are like not nub marks, but those seem like they're just like meant to be there to like stop the movement of this, like at this certain point. But I'm not sure why. Seems weird, because if you just keep it like that, then the elbow like shouldn't be able to go straight. And even in the, it doesn't show anything in the manual about that, so it's very strange. Yes, I've done a bunch of I've done reviews, I think, of like all the mega size kits except for the mega size age kits. I've never gotten any of those. But yeah, I enjoy the mega size kits quite a lot. They're big, obviously, and they take a long time to paint, but they're fun to work on. I typically don't see a lot of people, maybe especially in the West, like a lot of Americans and like people in Europe and Canada and that area. Don't see a lot of people often or usually working on mega size kits. And I think if I had to guess, I would say it's probably just because of the price of them. Because they're big and kind of expensive, I think for most people, if they're going to want to be spending, you know, spending a big chunk of money on a big kit, most people are probably going to want to spring for like a bigger master grade or a perfect grade kit. They maybe don't see the point in buying something like a mega size kit, which is understandable. Honestly, they're cheaper and easier to get over here. But I do like to encourage people to give them a try if you can, because I quite enjoy them. They don't have like all the gimmicks and like complexity of a PG, of course, but just the sheer size of them, and just they have a lot of really nice detail on them as well. They're fun to work on and really nicely detailed. They just don't really do a lot, but if that doesn't bother you, then I really recommend you guys to try one out if you can. I'm looking forward to working on the Mazinger kit. As I said in the unboxing, I've never really been into Mazinger, never watched the anime or anything like that at all. But the kit is so huge, it's crazy. Alright. Let's see. Llama said I want to get a frame arms or a armor core kit. Yeah, frame arms. Well, I think I've only built just the one armor core kit so far. Really nice detail on them. And then frame arms as well, also really fun and very customizable, of course, with different frame arm stuff. Kotobukiya kits, though, do tend to be a little bit more steamline heavy on them, though. So it's just something that you have to worry about a little bit more with Koto kits, typically compared to Bandai kits. Yes. Yes, I am in fact married and I have 2 kids, not just one. I have a son and a daughter. I named my first custom build Gunpla Royal General Gundam. Not a bad name there. Dr. Hasoon said, is the Mazinger kit the same as the smaller one? As far as I know, it's not. It's quite different. Generally, the detail is, and like the general look and detail and like proportions of the 144 scale and the 160 scale Mazinger kit are the same, but the 160 scale has a ton more detail. Just like, because it has like a lot of like smaller, finer detail that you can fit onto a kit that's gigantic. On a tiny kit, you can't really get that really super tiny detail. Bandai does do pretty good about fitting a lot of detail even into the smaller kits, but there's more detail in the larger Mazinger kit. But on the other side, you have it's a very different construction in it as well, just with these massive pieces and less articulation. So there's kind of a little bit less that you can do with it in terms of the articulation of it, but it has more detail on the other side. That's kind of the same thing with all the mega size kits. So that's why I keep pointing out that the Mazinger kit is, although it doesn't have the mega size name label on it, it is basically a mega size kit. It uses the same polycap runners, and the construction is basically like exactly the same as a mega size kit as well. So Henry asked, have you built your Mechanicore Ziegler? No, I certainly have not. Yeah, the Mechanicore kits, those are going to be a bit of an issue to see about what I'm gonna ultimately want to end up doing with those when it comes time to move. Yeah, I don't know. Certainly don't expect to get around to building all or even any of those before it's time to move. I don't know. But we'll have to figure something out. I built this kit and feel the plastic is a bit thin. By the way, love Chan. Jack Chan, I haven't really noticed or felt myself that the plastic was thin or anything different, but I'll keep that in mind to see if I noticed that at all during the construction. So far, I haven't noticed it, but if you say so, I'll keep my eyes out. Is that the Revive Destiny? Yes, David, it's the Revive Destiny. Revive as in, yes, not technically, but for whatever reason, Bandai stopped using the Revive label. And like I said, I think they should have kept using that. So, yeah. As long as they were going to keep making kits like this that are remakes of the older MGs, so they are a Revive version, they might as well have just kept it harder to say. Like, you can just say HG Revive is much easier than just saying HG Gunpla Evolution Project version. Like, it's just too long. It's fine, like, as like a labeling for some kits where like they are doing some like special thing with it. Like the Unicorn RG was a Gunpla Evolution Project kit, and that made sense because it was like a feat of model engineering, right, to make the fully transforming RG Unicorn. But for something like this, it's not necessarily, or I guess this wasn't, but the Zeta, for example, just have a HGCE Zeta Revive version is fine. They didn't need to make that Zeta Gunpla Evolution Project version. Kale said, any tips on the Shin Matsunaga Zaku or Gundam Narrative C packs I'm getting tomorrow? I'm assuming you mean HG version of both of those. There's no Narrative MG, of course, but for the Zaku, I don't know if you're talking MG or what, but no, not necessarily. I've never built the Shin Matsunaga HG kits, so I couldn't really say on that one, but I'm assuming there shouldn't really be anything too big of an issue for that, so no, nothing really to say. The Narrative Gundam C packs, also nothing really that you need to look out for with that kit necessarily. So no, not really. Both pretty straightforward builds, I imagine. Should be good. And yeah, I never gotten one of those HG Zakus, but I should. I've always kind of thought about it. But I like the MG 2.0 kits so much that I've just never gotten to getting one of the HGCE like high ability type Zakus. So there's the leg. Also, one thing I don't really particularly like about the Destiny's design is the legs. I like the kind of shape and overall design of the leg in general, but it's the feet are very long and the leg is so thin here. I think if it was just a little bit bulkier, I would like it more. Kurt asked, do you make a living making Gundam YouTube videos full time? Yes, I do, but I am technically an employee of USA Gundam Store, so like I get paid from USA Gundam Store as an employee, but as like kind of my job is basically just making YouTube videos and making content and building stuff, right? So no, I don't survive doing this full time just based off of YouTube ad revenue. It would not be possible. If I was living by myself and I didn't have a family, maybe, but with a family, no, it's not. And so I'm mostly supported based on my income from USA Gundam Store, being an employee of there. So that's why you guys, if you can, should shop there and support them. Because where's this? Hang on, sorry. It's in the leg. And I missed the nut marks here on this one, apparently. Yes. Because yeah, I am able to do this full time thanks to USA Gundam Store. Thanks to Adam. Basically, I mean, USA Gundam Store is his business, but him being the boss, it's thanks to him. So he's a great guy to work for, great business. I think, any business, anything, people are going to have their complaints, which is fine. The important thing is that in this type of business, I think the important thing is that the business is actually, genuinely interested in supporting the community, and in different ways. But obviously, in their main way is supplying products, making products available, and at a fair price for people in the community. That's obviously like the main way, but other ways is just like supporting different events. So like USA Gundam Store is always supporting the different contests and things that I'm doing, and not even for me, supporting other people's contests and different things going on in the community as well. Adam is always willing to help out with stuff like that by providing prizes and other different things. So yes. That is one thing that I particularly liked when choosing like which store, because previously, years ago now, I was working with a company there in Australia. I was sponsored by a business there, Mind Phoenix. But then when that was going away, and I was looking to work with a sponsor company located in America, because based on my YouTube analytics, I knew that most of my audience is in America, so it'd be much more beneficial to have a sponsor located in America who is actually, catering to most of my YouTube audience. So when I was taking a look at different stores and thinking about who I wanted to reach out to work together for some sponsorship, actually the first thing that I did was to ask you guys. I asked around on YouTube what stores people like and and what stores people typically use. And a lot of people said USA Gundam Store, and I've heard about them as well, and so just looking into it and comparing between different stores, I just felt that USA Gundam stores seemed the best, and Adam seemed like the best choice for someone I would like to work with, just because he seemed like someone who was more genuinely interested in the hobby, more so than just as a business. So yeah, I won't dwell on that too much. That's all I'll say about that. But I've been very happy working with Adam, and yeah. If you guys do choose to shop there, then hope you guys have a good experience with it as well. Yeah. Yes. Alright. For some reason, like the way the side skirts move on this is quite interesting. I didn't really think that they would really necessarily need to move in the way that they do. I'll show you here once I get this part put together. The way the side skirts move is kind of similar to like the Strike Freedom, where it has the cannons that need to kind of move around from the back. These ones also have this gimmick where the side skirts can move out to the side, but then it's kind of like blocked. But if you can see that, this would be the front and this is the back. I don't have the front armor piece on yet, but the side skirts can like move out to the back a little bit like that, which is a pretty interesting gimmick. I think not really necessarily needed for this kit, but I guess it just maybe helps to get the side skirts out of the way for different posing and stuff, so that's cool. Okay, but why is the chest and cockpit different? Huh? Oh, you guys are talking about the Origin Gundam. Yeah, my HD Origin Gundam is currently in the mail, so hopefully that'll be here soon. We're really looking forward to that build as well. And I think, let's see. I think I missed a couple of stickers I was supposed to put on the arms. Did I or didn't I? Let's just get this part on here first and then we'll see. So got those couple stickers there. Oh no, maybe those go on the weapons and stuff on the back actually. And the shield, yes, all those other stickers go on the weapons and shield and stuff. So okay, so we're good on that. And then so there is the body all done, and he's pretty cool. But yeah, the shoulders are just too big and too long for this design. So the overall design of this Gundam I like in parts, but yeah, it just needs proportion adjustments to it, I think. I mean, just the design is cool, but the proportions are just not quite right for me, for my personal taste. But alright, so we got all the weapons and everything here. Here's the clear part for the shield, all the weapons and backpack. We're gonna kind of build all at once here, so it's gonna be a little messy for a moment here. We have a lot of parts for this. I didn't separate the weapons anything out more so than just like that. But we'll kind of be able to separate these a little bit here. The wings even it out. Yeah, I think the wings do even out the design a little bit, yeah. That's probably true. That's kind of there. Don't mention the shoulder boomerangs. Yes. See, like, I think just without the shoulder boomerangs on there, the proportions, let's move this stuff out of the way temporarily, proportions already look better, in my opinion, just without the shoulder boomerangs on there. I know the video is kind of blown out. The other problem I'm having too is that with the lighting is that it's getting brighter outside, and even though I have a curtain block the light, I still get some light in here, so and all these little bits out here. There we go. That should be everything. All right. All right. Good. All right. Edward, what's with the no super chats? Are you encouraging people not to super chat, or are you just wondering why there's no super chat? DT Warrior asks, are you going to paint this kit? Yes, eventually. I know you're late to the stream, so I'll just recap once again what my plan is for this kit. Basically, the plan is to kit bash this with the SD Sangokuden Destiny gun. What was the name of that? Okay, I can't remember the name, so I better check. SD... what was it? Something Sangokuden Destiny Gundam. Sangokuden Destiny. This one. Oh, sorry, it's not Sangokuden. It's Sangoku Soketsuden Shima Yi Destiny Gundam. This one. You remember? I know it's too bright, you can't see anything. This one? Yes. So kit bash. Make an SD HG kit bash with that and with this. So yeah, Shima Yi Destiny, thank you. That's the plan. But it's a little ways off. It's not something that I'm going to be starting working on straight away. So we've got some other stuff to finish up first. Alright. So you got to build up the center part of the backpack here first. Which fortunately... oops, that's upside down. Uh-oh, so that means that whole part is upside down, is it? Yes, I did put that upside down, didn't I? Oops. Okay. Sorry about that, there we go. Which, fortunately, on this kit, this part of the backpack doesn't have any seam line on it, but on the RG has a seam line straight down the middle of this center part of the backpack. There's a little bit of a seam line here on the underside of that, but on the RG, it's a big seam line here, which is pretty unfortunate for an RG kit. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap that on his back right now. And let's see, just while we're here, get this part out of the way for the rifle. Also, not a fan of the rifle design for the Destiny, gotta say. But there's that. Yeah, so that's a kind of goofy looking rifle design. Lego stop motion cartoon. Can you watch? You can watch Gundam building from Sakura List. Yep. Any tips when building the new Verka? No, I've not built it, and as far as I know, there's not really any problematic areas except for the funnels on the back being a little bit kind of loosey-goosey. But just be careful with those. That's about it. RG is just plain worse than HGCE. Yeah, I would assume, I have built the RG version of this, but I got rid of that a little ages ago, so I don't have it here anymore. I had the Heine version of the RG, but yeah, I didn't really like it, and this version does seem better. Do you write down DT Warehouse? Do you write down all your ideas, projects? I used to. I have a memo, a note in my phone with a bunch of ideas listed down in there. But other than that, recently not really. I just kind of have it in my mind. I would probably be a good idea to write some of that stuff down more. Because although I'm not constantly thinking about it, just having stuff, just keeping stuff in your head probably is not good. I don't know, to be sure, but just if I had to guess, yeah, it's probably not good. Just for you, or just not mental health, but just mental capacity. Just to kind of keep a bunch of stuff in your head all the time. To write stuff down, and so you have it written down somewhere and you don't have to keep remembering it, is probably good for your mind, I would imagine. So it would probably be a good idea to write that stuff down. Just kind of less stress on your mind. It's kind of you can sort of put yourself at ease by knowing that it's one thing you don't necessarily have to keep remembering, since you've already written it down. I don't know, I've never looked into the science on that one, but if I had to guess, it probably would be a good idea. You guys are making some suggestions there, it looks like, so keep it on there. Anything to help with mental capacity, especially memory related stuff, would probably be good for me, because my memory is just not good. And I don't know. I think probably my main problem is just not getting enough sleep as I should. So that's probably what I should look into first. I'm sure you guys have probably also maybe seen the thing about the difference between just constantly working on stuff to try to stay productive, and or not staying constantly working, but also making time to actually sleep well, and also exercise and eat well and eat healthy and stuff. And I eat pretty well. I don't eat a lot of junk food or anything, so I'm pretty alright with that. And my diet's pretty okay. But I do wonder if I took more time to exercise more and sleep more, if I would feel noticeably that much better. I'm sure I would feel better, generally healthy, but I'm not sure if I would actually necessarily feel more productive in the stuff that I do, because the reason that I don't sleep and exercise more is because I always feel that I have so much stuff to do, in here, basically working. And it's not a bad thing, because I love doing this. Obviously Gunpla is what I love to do and what I love to spend my time doing, so it's not I feel bad about that. But taking more time to sleep and exercise more would take away from time here. So I feel would the benefits of that really make up for the time lost here? I don't know. Probably the correct answer would be just try it and see. And so that's pretty much where I'm at now. It's just kind of, I should try it. Try working less, sleeping more, exercising, and seeing if it ends up being beneficial to me or not. I don't know. From what I hear people say, the answer should be yes. I just don't know, because I feel like it's also probably dependent on what you're actually doing. For this particular hobby, it's not like I could be more, I feel like it's just time is what I need to be productive. Because this like stuff just takes time. Building just takes time. It's not like it takes a ton of mental capacity to snap together a model kit. It's not that complicated a thing. I'm not like writing a book or something that takes a lot of like mental capacity. I'm just snapping stuff together, building stuff, painting stuff, editing videos. This stuff that's relatively light on the mind. So I feel like it's just a matter of time. And if it's just a matter of time, then using time to do other things maybe not that beneficial. I don't know. What do you guys think? These days I don't really exercise that much at all, unfortunately, aside from just like going on walks and stuff sometimes, like with my kids. So, but how I would like to exercise more is getting back into cycling. I used to cycle quite a bit, but just these days I don't. Let's see. There we go, like that. Video games is the most expensive hobby? Gunpla isn't expensive. Yeah, Gunpla, what the? Wait a minute. What the heck? Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, Gunpla doesn't, I don't know. Can be expensive, it can be not. I mean, it depends. I'm sure it's probably like with any hobby. In moderation, it's not necessarily that expensive. Yeah, oak tree. Gunpla can be very expensive if you start building towers. If you start building towers instead of building them, yeah, right. But it just depends. Sword parts. Let's build a sword. Here, so we got this one like this. That goes on here. Unlike the PG Strike, the little white tip at the end of this, it seems like, is not going to have the little extendo gimmick, unfortunately. But we do have a couple of stickers here. Sticker 6 on this side. And 5 on the other side. Anyway, then let's see. I'll go into here, and this one here, and this one here, like that, and close that up. All right. What's a good beginner PG kit? Beginner PG kit. I don't know how people may agree with this or not, but I would say a good beginner PG kit would maybe, I would say even like the Exia, and people probably won't agree with that because it's relatively complex and because you have the LED gimmick and everything if you get the LED version of the PG Exia. But the reason why I would say it's a good beginner-friendly PG kit is because it's the most recent kind of aside from the Strike, which the Strike would be good too. Is actually the Strike would be a good beginner PG kit, but the Exia being a recent PG kit means that it's incorporating a lot of like the most recent of Bandai's technology. So just like I think it would be easy in that sense for a beginner because it's using like all the construction that all goes together, you know, fairly foolproof. There's not necessarily too much that could really trip up a beginner builder, I think, if that makes sense. Whereas like with an older PG kit, you may run into areas where it's kind of like a weird part of the construction that is kind of like strange and unfamiliar, or like a beginner may not like be able to get what's kind of going on in the manual because it's something odd they've never experienced before. I feel like that could be a thing. I don't know. I think probably if you asked around, a lot of people would say as a beginner you should not be building PG kits in the first place. But I wouldn't agree with that. I would say, you know, if you want, whether beginner or not, if you want to build a PG, then I would say go for it. And probably any of them would be fine. If there was any PG kit that I would maybe not recommend for a beginner, it would be maybe the Unicorn, just because that one is again more complex. I feel like possibly the GPO1, although I've not built the GPO1, I can't say from first-hand experience. But that one does also seem to be a little bit more complex, maybe for a beginner. So there's the last stickers on, and the Destiny is done. And it actually didn't take quite as long as I expected. It's still a little bit more complex of a build, slightly, but still pretty simple. Crow Sama, hello, how's it going? I did not build this kit already. I passed on it when it first came out, and I only got it later on because I wanted to use it for a Kit Bash custom project idea. So just now getting around to building it, and it's pretty cool. And we have the effect parts for the wings here as well. And without looking at the manual, just see how easily these can go in here. I'm assuming it's not that complicated, but I could be wrong, as I'm already putting them in upside down. There we go. See, it should just kind of go in here like this. You can see those parts just snap into there, and this part just snaps in up here, and then it's kind of the center area you have to kind of sort out, but essentially, well, it's not in there quite right at the moment, but you guys can get the idea. And I also noticed that there was a nub, this one as well, a nub mark that I missed. I don't think that's necessarily hindering anything at the moment, but just to get that out and in and on. And I don't think these are different for the left and right side necessarily, but they could possibly be. Anyway, yeah, those aren't on quite necessarily the correct way at the moment, but you guys can really sort of get an idea. Look pretty good. And that's a wrap for the Destiny Gundam. He's pretty cool. It'll make for a fun project, I think. I don't want that. I want to open this, if I may. Okay, this one, and here. The exposure is too high or what? No. See, with these webcam controls, it's tricky. The brightness needs to be enough so that the whole thing isn't too dark. I need to figure out a replacement for that overhead light, because that's going to be a problem. Otherwise, the whites and everything is all too blown out for you guys, but if I lower the exposure too much or something, then everything's getting too dark. But anyway, you guys get the idea. For now, I will review these guys, this one and the Goof Custom we built not long ago. I'll get these reviewed tomorrow, and then those reviews will be coming soon. And yes, the Eldora Doctress, which I thought we were going to build today, and I forgot that I hadn't done the nub removal on that yet. I'll probably, not sure if I'll have time later tonight, but probably, it's likely, possible that I'll get that ready, and then maybe stream build that on Wednesday, possibly. Maybe Wednesday morning my time. If you're in the US, that'll be Tuesday evening for you. So that's going to be about it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out during this stream, and also if you guys were here for the Goof Custom stream, the previous one as well. Thanks for hanging out. And those of you guys who have been chatting in the stream, giving each other recommendations and stuff, thanks for that. It's good that you guys are there to chat amongst yourselves as well. So, all right. Yes, other news is that the results of the Nachin contest will come soon. As soon as I got those ready for you guys, I'll let you guys know what who the winners of the Nachin contest are as well. So, all right, guys. That's it for today. I'll see you with another stream probably Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll see. Have a good one, Diz. Bye. Bye. Bye.